Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with AFC Bournemouth. Still in the FM 2020 beta. I know in real life the actual game is out, but I've recorded the last 3 episodes on Saturday, so it's not out at this point. We are into the final 3 games of the season, and things haven't really gone well, as you're probably aware. We've played one more match in between episodes against Manchester United, and we lost, which is no real surprise. We need to win 3. We need to beat Leicester. We need to beat Brighton. We need to beat Newcastle. If we don't, we will be getting sacked. If we don't get sacked, I think they're just basically there waiting for us to run down our contract, because I believe we're out of contract at the end of the season. Once that contract is up, we are not signing a new one. They're just not going to do it, are they? We're in an E rating. It's time to go into match 1 of the episode. Apparently, it is El Sacico 2, because me and Brendan Rodgers might be getting sacked in this one. It's more likely going to be me. We are mixing things up a little bit. We're going to go for the vertical tiki-taka formation. Don't know whether it's a good idea or not. I mean, we seem to get some decent results out of it. We've also get some decent results out of the 4-4-2 diamond. But we're going to go for this against Leicester. In goal is going to be Butland. Ruben Aguilar, Rob Holding, Lewis Abram and Casper De Noor will be the back 4. Calvin Phillips, Aaron Mui and Mikel Cuisance will be the midfield triangle. Foden, inverted winger on the right-hand side. Edouard will be the inside forward on the left-hand side. And Joshua Zirkzee will be the striker. Odsonne Edouard, by the way, he just annoys me. He's one of those players that he's just frustrating. He's played a number of games, 19 matches, 13 off the bench, scored 3 goals. Average rating of 6.76. It's not very good. He should be finishing every chance he gets with 17 finishing, just doesn't seem to score any goals. I'm expecting they're not going to sack us now. There doesn't seem to be any need to sack us. We are guaranteed safe as well. Basically, after the United match, we for some reason confirmed our safety, so we're not going to get relegated. So next season the club is a Premier League side. They can just put in a new manager. There won't be anything to complain about. We have a second early highlight. The first one, by the way, just ignored what happened. Mikel Cuisance with the ball. Plays it all the way across. Phil Foden controls it. Goes for a volley. Or not a volley, an effort from outside the area. Header forward from Abram. Cuisance is going to get there first. Yes, he does now. Casper De Noor on the left-hand side. Is he going to run down past his man? Stops, plays it across. Ruben Aguilar into the area. He's ran forward. He's gone for goal. And why are fullbacks still doing that? Corner for Mikel Cuisance. We've started very well. Foden's there. Doesn't get it. Calvin Phillips, though, with the ball back to Mikel Cuisance, and Phillips once again. Cross-field ball. Joshua Zirkzee is there, but his side-footed effort is just wide of the post. We need to capitalise on this early bit of possession and early dominance and score a goal. Butland to Rob Holding, who's returned from his 3-game suspension for a terrible 2-footed tackle in the match against Chelsea, I think it was. That's offside. Vardy was offside. His effort is wide anyway. It's a goal kick. Apparently he was onside. Well, we haven't made our little bit of dominance actually count, have we? It is still 0-0. We've got 10 minutes left of the first half to play. 5 minutes left. De Noor's throw finds Calvin Phillips, number 24, inside to Cuisance. He loses out. He did a stupid flick. He just lost out. What an absolute clown. Maddison with the ball. Odsonne Edouard has done something. First time we've seen him. Intercepts the clearance again. Through ball for Joshua Zirkzee. He has to score this. Zirkzee can't score. I've still only scored 1 one-on-one. Since they've done the match engine update, I've had less one-on-ones and we're still not scoring them. It's a corner. Mikel Cuisance takes the corner towards the back post. Header clear. It's only as far as Phil Foden. What is Foden going to do? Get tackled by Zinchenko. Cuisance to Foden once again, though. Plays the ball across. Aaron Mui on the volley. He's hit the base of the post, maybe? And Kasper Schmeichel can gracefully collect the ball. We should be winning. We should be winning this match. It's 0-0 at half-time. We are all over them. For some reason, Jason Tindall says, tell him it was disappointing. We're the better side. We just haven't scored. Second half is just flying by. So far, nothing has happened. 64 minutes on the clock. Time to do some changes. This midfield, constantly the midfield. Cuisance, 6.5, coming off. Mui, 6.5, he's also coming off. Great, Luis Abram's now picked up a knock as well. Gonna try and keep him on if we can. Nothing's happening in the second half. Schmeichel with a goal kick with 9 minutes left to play. Casper De Noor calmly controls it. Butland lumps it upfield. Adam Lallana's just come on for Leicester apparently. Foden on the right hand side. Gets past his man. He's got 3 in the box. Of course he goes for goal because every single wide player on this game is very, very greedy. It's going to be a 0-0 draw. It's going to be another 0-0 draw. It's a bad performance. We, again, have not taken our chances. We haven't scored now I say in 3 games. We scored against United, but it was literally one of the last kicks of the game that we scored against United. We do have a highlight with a minute or so to play. Foden with the ball. He's gone and got tackled by Chilwell. Willock with a great sliding tackle. Casper De Norre on the left-hand side. Run past your man. Keep going, Casper. Holds up play. Finds Odsonne-Edouard. Crossed in. Phil Foden's at the back post, and Philly bloody Foden has scored in the 94th minute of 95. Right, we're doing it. There's a minute left to play. I really don't care. We're going very defensive. When we are in possession, we are wasting time constantly. We're bringing off Odsonne-Edouard, someone, for just time-wasting sub. We'll just do that as well. We've got a minute to play. Let's not throw this away now. We've held on. We have held on. There were no more highlights. We are extremely lucky to get anything out of that game. Extremely lucky. Phil Foden with a 94th minute winner there. I'm going to say assertively we got away with that. People did look fired up. Odsonne-Edouard is just constantly demotivated and confused. 42 points now on the board. I don't think we can finish any higher than where we currently are. It's unlikely, actually, we can finish any lower than 14th. So, how have Liverpool won the league, which is fair enough. It's taken them that long. Okay. Club vision. Have we improved? We're on a D. We're on a D. Match performance. That was a B-. We're going to lose this D from the Chelsea game. So, as long as we do better than a D, we'll be good. Match number 2 of the episode, number 37 of the season. It is 13th versus 14th place. A victory here will move us up into 13th place, putting us on 45 points. And it means we could, in theory, still catch Southampton and Leicester, assuming results go our way and there's a fairly hefty swinging goal difference if we're going to catch Leicester. For this match, we're going to stick with the 4-3-3. We are sticking with Jack Butland in goal. Aguila, Holding, Mepham and Casper De Norre will be the back 4 for this match, with Calvin Phillips, Aaron Mouy and Mikel Cuisance in the middle. It's not going to be Mouy, is it? It's going to be Seko Fofana. Seko Fofana is going to be in the middle because he's a much better player. Phil Foden on the right-hand side, Odsonne-Edouard on the left, and Callum Wilson as the striker. I don't really like the idea of Odsonne-Edouard playing there, but we have no real options. I mean, even with our youth players, we don't really have anyone. We've got Alex Dobra, who's going to be leaving. We've got Mikael and Jolly, who's transfer listed, so he's going to be leaving. Everyone else is pretty junk. Brighton are playing one of those fancy new modern formations then. It's a 5-2-2-1, or is it a 3-2-2-2-1? I don't know. Apparently at the start of this match as well, the media were there going, Pearce could get sacked after the Brighton game. I've given up listening right now. Literally every match since December, it's Pearce could be getting sacked. I'm still here. It's April. Well, 20 minutes in and it's all Brighton. It's no highlight, but it's all Brighton. 30 minutes in and we do have a highlight. It's Casper De Norre's throw to Mikel Cuisance, back to Casper De Norre, across to Mepham. Forward to Phillips. Mepham gets the ball back. He can lump it into the middle. Finds Seko Fofana, the box-to-box midfielder, across Cuisance. Where is he going to go? Terrible pass. Basuma can lump the ball upfield, and Florian Andun is one-on-one with the keeper. It's 1-0. Florian Andun with a goal and a counter-attack. Every single time it's counter-attacks. We don't concede goals unless they're from corners or counter-attacks. And it all came from a misplaced pass. Misplaced pass. Basuma just smashes it upfield. Florian Andun one-on-one with the keeper, and they score them. We don't. Corner for Calvin Phillips to take. It's Odsonne-Edouard. It's Wilson. Wilson's... What has he done? What did Wilson do there? It went all the way through to Calvin Phillips, and Phillips was offside. Throw in for Ruben Aguilar. Now Calvin Phillips. He's played a dinked ball over the top to nobody. White all the way back to Matt Ryan. Now Webster. Lewis Dunk. Dunk's one of those players that I quite like the look of, but I don't think he's good enough. Casper De Norre back to Chris Mepham. He's lumped it forward, can't find Wilson. Cuisance to Odsonne-Edouard. All the way across now to Phil Foden on that right-hand side. Is he going to cut inside or cross it? He's come inside instead. He's gone for goal, and his effort is inches wide of the far post. I forgot to mention Joshua Zirkzee, by the way. He's injured for 3 weeks, so he's done for the season now. Which means Callum Wilson will be playing the final few games of the season. Half-time, we are 1-0 down. We are not doing very well. Assertively, show me something else. And let's just go straight into the second half. Odsonne-Edouard's on 6.4. 6.4. Cuisance 6.5. Seko Fofana 6.4. Why don't midfielders play well? So now if we do our subs, we'll do Mouy and Willock. Like that. Basically the same subs that we always seem to do, but take for the 2 central midfielders, for the other 2 that are on the bench, and see what happens. 57 minutes on the clock. Throw in for Casper De Norre to take towards Wilson. Can't find our own player from a throw in, which is just awful. Mepham over the top finds Wilson. Wilson is going to run on to the end of this. He's not going to score, is he? He's bloody scored a one-on-one. Callum Wilson has scored a one-on-one. His 11th goal of the season. It is 1-1 against Brighton. Let's get another goal. Let's win this one as well. Throw in on that right-hand side for Brighton. Webster deep in his own half, forward to throw and take a Justin. Now David Proper, is he going to run down that wing? Inside to Basuma instead. Mui can't steal the ball away. Basuma across, finds Bernardo on the left-hand side, gets past his man very, very easily, but Ruben Aguilar gets back in and just steals the ball away. Butland upfield, Wilson heads forward. He doesn't actually, it was White who headed forward. Bernardo, now White once again. All the way across, Davy Proper's there. Lovely ball from Proper to find Justin to invite him into the play. Goes for goal. Of course he does, because he's a right back, and it's easily wide. Phillips with a corner for us. It's towards the back post. Mui is there. Is he going to go for goal? Adrian. Why am I calling him Adrian Mui? Who's Adrian Mui? It's Aaron. We have another corner. Who has taken this one? It's Phillips once again, the former Leeds man. In the middle, it's Phil bloody Foden. He's scored again. From the corner, it is now 2-1 to Bournemouth. 67 minutes on the clock. We have turned this one around somehow, and it's the change in the midfield. And all of a sudden, we're the better team. So that was close. That was real close. There was an opportunity there for Brighton to score, and now there's an opportunity for us to break with Foden sprinting down the left-hand side. He's going to have to go back. He's lost out, hasn't he? And now Brighton can potentially break, but Rob Holding steals the ball away. Mepham Holding again over the top. Is Wilson going to run on to the end of it? Two Bournemouth players are chasing that down. Talk to each other, lads. Talk to each other. At least the one behind could have just shouted to Wilson and said, "Oi, you know what? I'll leave you to it." McAllister for Brighton. Back to Davy Proper. This is a very long highlight. Caliber, that's a good name. Sean Caliber. McAllister, he's running in on goal, goes for goal. Butland makes a save, it's a corner for Brighton. 70 minutes on the clock. Quite a lot happening in this game at the moment. I'm not sure I like it. Solly March with the corner. It's not a good corner. White in the area, cross to Caliber, and Jack Butland can easily claim hold of the ball. Final 15 minutes. Tyrone Mings, the former Bournemouth player, has just come on for Brighton. Final 10 minutes or so. McAllister's throw. Florian Andun, completely unmarked. Don't know why. McAllister's cross in. Solly March is there, and Solly March has scored. Late goals. So many late goals. It's not that late, I guess 78 minutes, but still, we've got one final sub to do. It's going to be Odsonne Edouard, and Odsonne Edouard, I'm selling him. In the summer, Odsonne Edouard is just going. I've had enough of him. He's just crap. We've just brought on Zahovic, by the way, as a left winger. He's not a left winger, but we're going to have to try it anyway. 3 minutes to play. Mings and Dunn heads back to Tyrone Mings. He's going to run inside. Forward to March. He can't find March, and Aguilar just lumps upfield as hard as he possibly can. White all the way back to Ryan, the goalkeeper. Over the halfway line, Murray's stolen the ball away. Across to Foden on the right-hand side. Is the counter-attack going to happen? Is Foden going to get another goal? He's gone for a side foot. He's gone for a little side foot effort that wasn't even hard enough to go past the goalkeeper. Full time then, it's a 2-2 draw. A 2-2 draw against Brighton. That is not a good enough result. Well, we are 14th place in the table. We are not going to go any higher now, I don't think. 43 points. We can, in theory, still go ahead of Brighton on our final game of the season. Callum Wilson has ended his goal drought. 10 hours of football. 10 hours. I said that he's one of our players who's scoring all of our goals. He hasn't scored in 10 hours. Oh, we're back down to an E performance again. Is it the matches? Of course it's not the matches. Why are we on an E again? What have we done? Club Vision. What are we broken about Club Vision now? Nothing. It's not changed. You just keep going up from a C, down from a C to a D. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, this is the problem, and we can't fix it now. The final game of the season then, Newcastle United at home. Neither of us can really make a difference. I mean, if we win, they could drop down, but it's not going to make a difference, is it? This is probably going to be our final game in charge of Bournemouth, because what we're going to do is we're going to stay until our contract runs out, or until they offer us a new one. If they offer us a new one, great. The starting lineup we're going to go for then, it's going to be the 4-3-3 once again. It's going to be Butland in goal. Kev has returned from his broken ankle, I think. He had a broken ankle. The other side, Mitchell Dix, has a broken lower leg. So Kev is returning for the final game of the season. He probably will be subbed at half-time for Ruben. Rob Holding, Chris Mepham and Casper De Norre round up the back four. Calvin Phillips, Aaron Murray and Mikel Cuisance are going to be the midfield for the first half. In the second half, it's going to be Calvin Phillips, it's going to be Seko Fofana, and it's going to be maybe David Brooks. Not quite sure. The two wingers will be Phil Foden and Joe Willock on the left-hand side. Luka Zahovic will be getting a rare start as the striker today. Former Bournemouth player then, Dominic Solanke is the main threat up front for Newcastle. I think they do have, they've also got Adam Smith as their right back as well. So 2 former Bournemouth players playing against us. I think if we can get a win here, we might be lucky enough to get a new contract. If we don't win, then I think we'll probably not getting a new contract. Rob Holding to Mepham. We are 17 minutes on the clock. We're going to lose out here, aren't we? We are not. Foden on the right-hand side. He's going to try and get past Paul Dummett and can't manage it. And now the break for Newcastle is on. Almiron. He's got Solanke in front. He's just going to run down that left-hand side. He's going to keep going. One-on-one with the keeper. Butland makes a save. Casper De Norre keeps the ball alive for some reason. St Maximin goes for goal. Butland can hold on to the ball. Why did Casper De Norre not let that ball go off for a goal kick? Corner for Calvin Phillips. Where's it going to go? Is it going to go onto Zahovic's head? It's hit the bar. Willock is there. He's put the ball into the back of the net, but he was almost certainly offside. He was definitely offside. It's not counted. 35 minutes now on the clock. First half. Not a lot is really happening. Going to say get creative. It's inspired a few people. Got a highlight just before half-time. Smith to Longstaff. Sean Longstaff, that is. Herrera in the middle. Yangel Herrera. I thought it was going to be the former United one. Casper De Norre loses out to Longstaff, and now St Maximin can run down that right-hand side. He's got 3 options in the box. 4 if Longstaff joins him. It goes to Longstaff. His effort is just wide of the post. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time, and I think we are probably lucky to be 0-0 at half-time. Right, Kev's coming off for Ruben. The 2 central midfielders aren't doing awful. I say 2. Murray's doing all right. Cuisance is doing awful, so he's going to be coming off. Swap you 2 around. That's 2 subs at half-time. We've got 1 left. Almost at the hour mark, and it's going to be another 0-0 draw, isn't it? Corner for Newcastle. St Maximin to take it. It's cleared by Phillips, but not far enough. Almiron takes a number of deflections, and Willock's just passed it to Florian Lejeune, whatever his name is, and we're 1-0 flipping down to Newcastle. Really? Game? Seriously? Throw in for Paul Dummett to take. Almiron back to Dummett. The Newcastle left-back kicks it straight into Phillips. He's got no options in the middle. Has to wait. Foden now with the ball. He's going to go for goal, isn't he? He does go for goal. His effort is wide and then clips the top of the sponsor boards. Final 20 minutes. Final 20 minutes. Foden's having a shocker. It's Dummett with a free kick. Final 15 minutes now. The goal scorer back to Dummett once again. Herrera. Now Ronan. Whoever Ronan is, never heard of him. Lascelles to Smith on the right-hand side. Is he going to run or is he going to pass it? St Maximin. St Maximin's caused us a lot of problems. Terrible pass. Casper De Norre manages to collect the ball. Phillips, ball over the top. It's Seko Fofana. Go for goal, Seko. Seko Fofana, one-on-one with the keeper. Hits it wide. Why can't we get shots on target? Final 5 minutes. I've said get creative at them. We're going to have to do a sub. Zahovic off. No, Zahovic off. Wilson on. I don't think it's going to make a single bit of difference. Hold on a minute. Throw in. Phillips. Aguilar. Back to Calvin Phillips. Crossed into the middle. Lascelles clears it. It's going to be a break for Newcastle, isn't it? Or not. Rob Holding runs forward with a bit of purpose, the central defender. Behind Aguilar for no reason. He's now coming inside though. Aguilar stops. Plays it to Casper De Norre. He's going to shoot, isn't he? He's crossed it. Phil Foden's at the back and Phil bloody Foden's done it again. He's an absolute lifesaver, Phil Foden is. That is the 3rd time that Phil Foden has snuck in and scored a very vital goal very late on in the game. There's still time for another, please. Or not, there's no time. It's a full-time score of 1-1. It's not a good result, but it's not a defeat, which I guess is the only thing we can take from it. Well, the season's over then. We finished 13th place, which isn't too bad. They wanted top half. We're not far off top half. I mean, actually, I say that. We're actually 9 points off of top half, but still, 13th, I'll take 13th. I guess the next thing to do then is go forward to the 30th of the 6th, when our contract expires, because so far they have yet to offer me a new one. End of season awards then, we're going to fly through these very quickly. Best 11 then is, I mean, you can see it there, you've got eyes. Fans Player of the Year goes to Joshua Zirkzee. Butland in second, Posh in third, which is a strange one. Signing of the season, Young Player of the Season, also Joshua Zirkzee. We'll have a look at the Joe Willock goal of the season. Zirkzee and Wilson, 11 goals apiece. This is our problem. That's our problem. Not scoring enough goals. Xerxes highest average rating. Kev with the most assists. Considering he was injured for 6 months, that's awful. That's real bad. David Brooks best pass completion, considering he didn't play since January. That's also real bad. Wilson 3 man of the matches. Kev most yellow cards. That's impressive considering he didn't play for 6 months. Rob Holding and Lloyd Kelly both with a red card each. Let's have a look at Joe Willock's goal then against Newcastle, which I don't think was on camera. Cuisance with the ball to Casper Denor. Denor across to Fofana. Willock edge of the area, probably just blasts it into the back of the net. No, he doesn't. He places it into the top corner. That was a good goal. Okay, so we've got another meeting. They want us to explain why we're performing badly. We've been unlucky with injuries. Yes, it has. We've literally missed our right back. Okay, the last thing the club needs is more upheaval. Let's try it again. Okay, well, it was nice working with you, Maxim. It really wasn't. You were just harsh. We've been sacked. Right at the end. Right at the bloody end. Now, if I'm perfectly honest, I think they've been a bit harsh. Like, this month here, February, was amazing. January, not so good. Yeah, losing to AFC Wimbledon wasn't great. But we lost to Man City. We also lost to Arsenal. We drew with Southampton and Everton, which isn't great on paper. But still, losing to Norwich is not ideal. But, I mean, we didn't lose a stupid amount of games. We just did badly at the start of the season. The Europa League stuff obviously was a mess. The FA Cup stuff was a mess. We finished 13th in the league. That's fine. I think we were a little bit hard done by there. Well, that is going to do it then for this episode. And I guess this save, the beta save with Bournemouth, I'm not going to start my main save just yet. I'm going to wait for the game to be out for a few weeks, because if I start right now, and by right now I mean Tuesday, which is when this is coming out, I'm probably going to start losing games fairly quickly and be sacked after a season or two. And I don't want that. I want to take Southport to the promised land. I want them to be the best team in Merseyside. Are they Merseyside? Kind of. Close enough. So yeah, we probably might have a week or two off, or maybe we'll have another little interim series of maybe another Premiership side, something along those lines. Not quite sure. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode and this series. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in whatever I'm doing next, which I'm not quite sure.